And after looking at this particular structure, we have this section again here, this small section here. We call it the middle ear, sikio la kati, of which now the sound wave which has been collected by the pinna directed through the ear canal goes and hits this particular structure here in the middle ear. We call it the tympanic membrane. The tympanic membrane, au kwa lugha ya Kiswahili tunaita ngoma ya sikio. So this particular structure, tympanic membrane, is the gap or link between the external ear and the middle ear. Okay. So as we're looking at the diagram again, as I said before, I'll make it simple to you to understand. This particular structure, the middle ear, this section of your ear, the middle ear, comprises of three main basic structure. As we've seen, the first structure is this, the tympanic membrane, and the second structure is this collections of three structures here, of which we call them the incus, malleus, and stapes. We're going to see it. So if you can see it from in this diagram, we have this, the eardrum, okay, and we have we have this particular structure here. We call it the malleus, or this hammer, kwa Kiswahili tunaita nyundo, and which is linked to your eardrum, okay. And we have this particular structure also, we call it the incus, which is this particular section here, goes all the way here, this particular structure here, which is joined to another structure which we call it the stapes, or the stirrup, which is joined to this particular structure, we call it the stirrup. Okay, so your middle here, this section of your ear, comprises of those main structures. First of all, it comprises of this eardrum, the tympanic membrane. It comprises of these three sections here, these three structures here, the malleus, the incus, and the stapes. And also it comprises of the opening, which we're going to see it later on, which leads us to the other part of your ear. So basically, the main function of tympanic membrane, this eardrum, kazi kubwa ya ngoma ya sikio, ni kupokea ile mirindimo au tunasema wave, sound wave from outside. When it's hit this eardrum, it causes the eardrums to vibrate. So the sound wave changes from the sound wave into vibrations. And as the eardrum vibrates, the vibrations are picked up by this particular structure, we call it the hammer, the malleus, which vibrates simultaneously and causes the vibration also of the incus, which is the other name called anvil, and causes this to vibrate. And the vibration is amplified in these sections, increased to maximum almost 20 times more than it was before. And the vibration altogether are transmitted by this particular structure, we call it the stapes, into this opening here we call the oval window. And this oval window transmits these vibrations from the section, which this section we call it the middle ear. This section transmits it all the way into the third part of your ear. We call it the here. We call it what? The inner ear. Okay, the inner ear, which is this little section here. As you can see, this little section from here. We're going to look at it later on. Which is very important, but also coming back to the middle ear quickly, I forgot to explain something about this particular structure. As you can see it here, it's right here. This structure is a tube, an opening. We call it the Eustachian Tube, which actually balances the pressure, because when the wave comes here, you remember waves is air coming in all the way. After it's converted to vibration through the vibration of tympanic membrane, air also passes into, goes to this particular section here. This particular section is responsible to balance the pressure, air pressure inside your ear. Maximum, it will move away through the Eustachian tube into your mouth.